Battlegrounds where legends reign. Aussie gridiron pride unchained. Hear the thunder, feel the flame. Touchdowns and tackles ain't no shame in the Aussie gridiron game.
For the Aussie Gridiron Network, it's not the Aussie NFL Fantasy Show, it's the Aussie Gridiron Network Playoff Series, but it's the fantasy show of that, and it's so damn cool to be here because yesterday, and I'm not telling anyone any new news here, but we broke down every damn game in the first round of the NFL playoffs. So if you haven't caught it, you're doing life wrong. Go back, pause now, in fact, and go back and find it. It's right here wherever you got your podcasts. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere you get your podcasts. My name's Matty C. That's what they call me. And with me tonight is an enormous representation of Australia's finest gridiron minds. I'm going to introduce everybody in order. Say a quick hello when I say your name. Roll call time. It's Australia's finest fantasy analyst, Taylor Goodall.
In a chair I just sat, in my pants is a big fat.
Okay. Wow. Our hostess with the mostest from the G'day Gridiron team, it's Ian Tomlinson.
Guess who's back? Ian's back.
Woo!
Back again.
From the Pastry Press NFL Aussie Gridiron today, from coverage of Capture the Flag. Pick somewhere. He's probably been the first name you've seen. It's Manjot Melly.
Yes, indeed. And Taylor, you've got to go 2 for 2 because here's a big fuck yeah, let's go.
Come on!
What?
Can I just quickly get the odds on Manjot being the first to swear in both shows, Taylor?
Minus 600.
Plus 800 in both episodes. So, fuck, 6,400?
Oh, my God.
I bet on it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is the greatest gridiron coach on the island to ever spend time with us here at the Aussie Gridiron Network. He's been an absolute treasure to the sport in South Australia and more recently in Queensland. It's Brad Cummins. How are you, mate?
I'm good. I think you lie like a rug with that introduction, but I'll take it.
Oh, mate, it's always a pleasure to spend time with you. And of course, it is our great friend under a helmet on Aussie Gridiron turf right near you over in Radelaide. It is the offensive lineman who he once played defense and is 100% rush rate on the quarterback. It's Nick Cosme. How are you, mate?
I'd like to precursor that. That's not the case anymore. But we would digress from that. That's not
always
anymore.
It didn't have to be so.
I've had to play a lot more both ways. So, but no. On a more positive note, a tackle for loss now instead. So I'll put that on.
Oh,
Hey, got a
TFL, yeah. I'm on the way.
I'm still pissed. I asked Nick a long time ago to go protect Will Levis, but apparently he is unprotectable.
yeah. You know, like,
And
that guy can make any offensive line absolutely redundant.
Speaking of coming fast, Will Levis.
That is the cast of clowns you've got to assemble right now, and we're going to get you through what is going to be a bit of a fantasy game, and I think there's some value to this because we know people play daily fantasy sports as it is through the regular season. It is really the way to play fantasy sports through the NFL postseason. We're going to draft everybody here, a team from the teams who are available in the playoffs this week. There is 6 of us. And it means that it's going to be some pretty high-powered teams, but it also means we're going to dive deep into some rosters to try and find some value. Taylor Goodall is our brain for games, and you've found that if you've been with either the Astro League podcast way back in the day when this segment first started up in October 2021. Taylor, through the week, I actually threw you some information about who we picked in our first ever starts of the week and how they went. You were the undeniable king of this segment. But this segment has continued to evolve because you have spent the time to work this into an interesting game. And tonight is no different. You've got a big twist on how we're going to play this game. But it's terrific to have you here. You're pretty much the dad of this segment.
Yeah, I'm the Rain Man with just as much autism when it comes to fucking coming up with weird styles of playing this fantasy game. So,
2 shows, 2 spectrum jokes. Well done, boys. Well done.
for anybody who's raw dogged both of these episodes,
Oh
we've already chucked in 2 spectrum jokes straight into it. But look, in the end, I've come up with a little bit of a plan for this fantasy game. But in general, we're going to obviously pick 1 quarterback each, 1 running back, 1 wide receiver, 1 tight end, because apparently fantasy we have to pick a tight end, even though it's fucking bullshit. But we're also going to go a SuperFlex. And generally, what's interesting about the draft is normally you would be thinking you have to take a quarterback in that position, but with how many good wide receivers and running backs there are going this week, it's not clear cut to actually go a second quarterback. So I thought that would be very interesting. But I also have a little bit of a thing I didn't talk to you about, Matty C, where I'm going to run a little bit of a game in terms of what the order is going to be and what we pick.
Jesus Christ. I've been part of these before, Tay, and sometimes they're great, and sometimes they're pick a horse race with 5 horses when there's 6 people. So this could go north or south.
Could go anywhere.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
Yeah. Manjot's seen how I reacted to that too. He was in that Champions League draft when I blew my stack.
The chances of it being very shit is about -1 million. So let's see how it goes. And I've got a very specific thing where me and Matty C in the pre-season, we reached out to these G'day Gridiron wankers and we said, can you pick us a player that you're going to try and draft in all your fantasy leagues? You pick us someone who's my guy for the season. And to be honest, we gave these guys so much credit. The guys they picked, we feel like they were completely dominant in terms of who they picked. But I'm also going to try and test these guys in terms of their knowledge about the people that they actually picked.
Oh, great.
So,
okay, we did. Jesus Christ. We did one of these things last year for something where you asked me questions. And I thought we established that I know how to talk about a player, but I know fuck all about their history.
And this is why I did it, Ian, because I want to see you squirm. I want to see you go tomato red, and I've already accomplished that goal.
Well,
very.
Right, I'm just going to weigh out here. I'm not going to get to pick the draft order, so I'm out. So I'm last.
So what's going to happen here is it's basically whoever gets closest to the number I'm after for their specific question, they're going to pick their spot. They're not going to pick the entire order. It's just going to go one by one. If they're first, they pick where they go, and so I'm guaranteed to pick last, so I'm taking whatever the last spot is. I'm putting you guys through the ringer, so I'm more than happy to take whatever's left in terms of the draft order. Okay. So I'm going to go in a little bit of a different order that I've got it written down. I'm going to go to Brad first.
Okay.
No pressure.
You picked Jaden Daniels.
Yes, I did.
And it's something you should be very proud of.
Oh, my God. What a call.
Compared to how he finished was amazing. So, Brad, how many yards did Jaden Daniels have in his highest passing yards in a game this season? So, what's going to happen is you're going to guess a number, and everyone's obviously going to guess a number from whatever I ask.
Yep.
And whoever's the closest to that number will obviously pick first, and so forth. So
sure.
Okay, everyone, Google down.
So obviously,
hands are up.
I am going to say I would like an answer within 10 seconds.
Oh yeah, I won't Google that. No, I've got too much integrity. No.
Got a number.
I'm going to say 357.
357, all right. I'm writing down how far off you are. Maybe you're not off anything. Could be a 0. All right, Manjot.
Oh,
You picked your boy Jared Goff as a ADP specialist playing in a dome. I was very, very proud of you for bringing that stat about him playing in a dome in basically every game this year. And you picked Jared Goff, and he finished far ahead of his ADP, so well done for you, mate. Manjot, how many rushing yards did Jared Goff have this season?
oh
It'll
shit.
be low.
It'd definitely be low. I'm going
gonna get
with
0.
I'm going 390.
Jesus Christ!
Jesus Christ. I think
390.
390. Are you sure?
Yesterday, I was looking at this for my analysis of Bo Nix and Josh Allen, and wow, I'm not sure I remember Jared Goffing on the page, but okay.
Actually, yeah, maybe I'll lower that. Now that I think I'll go
maybe,
200.
maybe.
Oh, after Matty C is giving you the heads up. Yeah.
I think 290.
I won't give away anything, but it was very, very good to lower it.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, man, John,
Okay.
I've got your back, brother.
Matty fucking C.
Jesus.
Your boy in the preseason was Kyron Williams. What was his longest carry of the season?
No, fuck. It's not long either. Like, it's...
Oh, that's a good
He
question.
didn't break off like a 61-yarder like Cam Akers running through a meadow the other day. Let's go with 47 yards.
Hey. All right. Nick.
He's not impressed. He's not impressed. Look at him. That's a
No,
look
I'm
at
not
the bloke.
giving
He's like,
anything
Matty
away,
C's
man.
fucked.
I'm not giving shit away.
Poker
All right.
face.
Our favourite offensive lineman. I was actually very, very proud of Nick of this call. Obviously, it
Same.
went wayside when he got injured, but Stephon Diggs was
It was a great call.
until he obviously met his demise injury.
Points per game, top 10
Nothing-
wide receiver. Points per
nothing
game,
you can,
Nick.
Nothing you can do about it. Nick, how many yards did Stephon Diggs have this year? Receiving.
Total yards.
Nah, sorry, receiving.
Receiving yards.
Receiving yards. Okay. Let's go with 398.
Yeah. All right, Ian. Your boy's Saquon, and I could not have been proud of you for even picking him because I could not have had a bigger erection for someone if I tried. But you literally picked the number one running back on the season with a fucking bullet. So
But some people go, oh, yeah, it's the obvious thing to pick. Yeah, it wasn't when he was coming
It
off the
wasn't.
Giants and everyone
Yeah,
thought he was
no.
a busted arsehole.
I actually almost got myself blocked from the fantasy footballers because they picked him at running back 9 and I got the shits of them and said he was going to be too high. And then I had more people telling me that he was going to be lower than running back 9 than higher. So, yeah.
Tell you the truth, they almost banned him for community standards because he's like spruiking Saquon, and everyone's like, have you seen him lately? And they're like, apparently his take was offensive, and they banned him on community standards.
So for anyone who thinks it was obvious at the start of the season, 100% wasn't.
No, the second round pick.
How many receiving yards did Saquon have?
Oh,
Total receiving yards.
Everyone knows the rushing yards.
That's what I mean. I was trying to find stuff that it wasn't obvious to do with that certain player.
380.
380.
Yeah.
All right.
God, I love that guess.
He was pretty
That's
good
a
for
good
He was pretty good for getting outside the numbers and catching a pass. It was technically they were like wide handoffs, not like receptions.
Oh,
essentially.
yeah, it's shifting the running game left
Yeah.
and right, really.
Yeah, but they'd throw sort of lateral.
It was like that
almost
year
or
McNabb lost
behind.
Westbrook, and that's what they did.
Just doing my so obviously
Taylor's doing the calculations.
but I'm just quickly.
Can you just do
numbers,
some
but I'm
Matty
pretty,
maths on this one and just fucking
All right.
close enough?
You get Taylor 135. Take
I was lost.
Okay, I'm good to go, boys. I'm good to go. I'm pretty good to go. All right. And coming in last.
Ian.
So picking their spot in second, obviously second last because I'll pick my spot last. So picking their spot fifth is Manjot still.
Oh,
He's
wow.
a absolute mile off of the 380 or whatever he had. He brought it down to 200. He had 56.
Yeah.
So
God,
Manjot,
that's crazy.
We've lost Brad. Brad's fallen off his chair.
56 fucking.
so well
rushing
done.
yards.
Well done for bringing it to a more respectable number, but you still are
my
ended up
gosh.
in a
It
lot.
takes
thank
6
God I
seasons
brought it
to
down
get it.
200.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think Goff has had that in 6 seasons combined.
Yeah.
Has he?
Yeah. God, that is
No one
crazy.
to count the Neils.
Oh, yeah,
the Neils-
that'll,
yeah,
that
the
takes
Neils
it
will
off.
fuck it. Yeah, that is
I don't think
crazy.
I don't think the Neils are the problem, man.
Manjot forgot the Neils. It would have been 300-ish without the Neils. I think so. He's onto something.
Okay.
Oh,
In our fourth position We have Ian, who said 380 for Saquon's receiving yards. He was 278. So he's
that's close.
102 points off, 102 yards, off. So he's in 4th position.
Still closer than Manjot.
Here we go.
Exactly.
Here comes the top 3.
All right.
Bear down.
Next.
We have our favourite O-lineman, Nick, who said 398. He had 496. So he was 98.
Wow,
off.
100 yards.
Wow.
Yeah, I was pointing up. I'm like, Nick, go up.
So we've got our top 2 here. It's got, I wish I'd done this around the other way because obviously Matty was picking a smaller number. So
Yeah.
Matty does end up first. He was a little bit off in terms of percentage, but I'm still going to give it to him. So Brad was second. For whatever reason, I forgot what number he said. I just wrote down that he was second because I had the number. But his number was 326. I think he had 350 odd, was it?
I said 357. Yeah.
Yeah. So he had 326 was his highest passing yards game of the year.
Doesn't
So
everyone
you're-
wish they got longest rush, by the way?
Yeah, there is
Yeah,
a
I know.
limiter to that. There is a limiter to that, I will have to say.
I agree.
I couldn't have said 208, could I?
Yeah, I agree with that, but I was trying to keep a number that wasn't ridiculously high for everyone. I was like, well, you can see you're picking a passing yards. It's not going to be. It's really going to be between
How does
300.
Kyron have to drive to get to practice?
So you were still, to be fair, Matty was still 17 off. His highest carry of the year was 30.
Yeah, I knew it wouldn't be long.
Was really low. So you had 47. So you did end up first. I definitely set you up with probably a situation where you probably were in a good spot, but I still think you deserve to win that being 17 off. So Matty's first, Brad's second, Nick's third, Ian's fourth, Manjot's fifth. I'm sixth, but this is to pick. So you can pick your order, Matty.
And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to throw myself into last place.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm going to go on the back turn at the end of the first round.
Yep.
Arsenal end.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Arsenal
Brad, you pick your spot next.
All right. So he's 5th. I'm going to be
No, I'm sixth.
six. I'm going to be second.
Brad second.
Second, Nick.
Let's go with third.
Okay. And C. Got it? Yep.
You're up,
Yeah.
Ian.
What I got left? First.
So you got first, fourth, and fifth to pick from.
Oh my god. Well, I'm not going to let Taylor have first, so I'm going to go first.
So, Manjot, we're fourth and fifth. I don't know if there's much difference, but up to you, mate.
I think there's
Yeah,
a difference.
look,
I think there's a
fuck it.
difference.
I'm going
I think
four.
so too.
Oh man,
I'm
John.
going four.
Oh, I wouldn't have done that.
No, I would have put Taylor in the middle.
Nah, I'm putting myself in the middle. I'm getting. Look, if you're in the middle, you're like involved every single round. So I got to keep myself involved.
Oh man, that's your
This
second
is a
worst
famous
call on
TV
this
show.
episode.
Did you ever watch Manjot in the Middle? It was a cult hit, mate.
My ADHD will not let me go through without being involved in every round.
He's invoking brain illness.
All right, so we've got Ian on the clock, and thanks for playing my little wanky game.
I'm going to insert the chime. Ding, ding, for, you're on the clock. Ian, it's a SuperFlex.
It is. You know what? It's really difficult, I think, to choose from either quarterback or running back, the best quarterback or the best running back here.
Yeah.
Because one could have 220 yards on the ground and absolutely destroy a team, or the other could pass for 300 yards and have another 100 yards on the ground to destroy a team.
Touchdowns, probably.
So I think I'm going to go the logical thing, and I'm going to go Lamar.
Yeah, very nice.
Wow.
That's the right call.
Number one on my list.
Moves it to Bradley.
All right. Not that I'm going to take a wide receiver, but are we doing PPR, non-PPR?
Yeah, full PPR.
PPR?
One PPR. Okay.
4-point passing touchdown, 6-point rushing touchdown. So just what we call PPR
Same way
standard.
it starts in the year. Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
I am going to take the lovely Josh Allen.
Number two on my list.
Okay.
He is lovely too.
Yes.
Goodness. I mean, what I like about these two is Lamar and Josh Allen. You don't have to describe the analysis.
Why?
It's like
You don't have to say why.
okay.
Correct choice.
So let me tell you about Josh Allen.
Yeah. Have you heard? I don't know if you've heard of Josh Allen, defensive end for the Jags.
He's not called Josh Allen anymore, is he?
No, he's got a new name.
Hines Allen.
Joshua Allen Hines. Hines Allen, that's the one. Yeah.
Nick Cosme is on the clock.
All right. He was actually number 1 on my list.
Yeah.
I'm going to take him at number 3. I'm happy that he fell this far. Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, right.
No tush pushes this week. Jalen Hurts coming off a concussion, so we get some end zone looks.
I reckon if we didn't do Superflex, I would have thought Saquon would be number 1. But at the same time, like, you know, we're picking 5 players, so I've got no issue with Saquon being your number 1.
I think even with Superflex, I still would have taken Lamar first, like rather than the running back.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If it was just with a flex, I still would have taken Lamar first, probably.
Yeah, I think it's just the
Superflex doesn't even impact it.
The opportunity for him to have both, to have everything across the park.
Because he is both.
Yeah, but Nick thinks the fucking Ravens are scoring 10 points.
I do also think that. Well, I did also say that game was going to be 8-6 or something ridiculous tonight to the Steelers. So
That's right.
But if Lamar gets a touchdown and passes for 280 yards with no turnovers, okay,
he'll still score right.
all right. So that puts Manjot on the clock. And so far, just a quick recap. So Lamar, Josh Allen, Saquon, Manjot, you're up. Where do you go?
I'm going, look, I know he'd be a guy Taylor loves. Derrick Henry, the king. Let's get him.
Wow. Okay. No one else is required. It's only fucking Derrick Henry, who I've already worn 2 liters of water for. That video is up on the Instagram.
I didn't even bother putting him on my list because I knew he wouldn't be anywhere near where I was picking.
Taylor Goodall's at pick 5. Don't know if you've heard of him.
Yeah, he's a fucking wanker.
I reckon he'd be a pretty good running back too.
God, I hope he picks Taylor Goodall.
I'll be honest, I've got a position I'm looking at, and considering no one's taken it, I'm definitely looking at receiver.
Oh.
And I've got 2 that I'm really...
You can just take Zach Ertz since you're in love with him.
You know what? I'm going to change my mind.
Zach Ertz it is. Done.
No,
tight end.
I'm going to take Jalen Hurts.
Oh.
He's 3rd on my list, and the only reason... I've got a reason I went away from what I was doing, and I'll see if it comes to fruition.
Okay. So we're at the point where our running back's going to Saquon and Derrick Henry. Our quarterback's going to Lamar, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts. Nothing touched at the other positions. I don't know. There's this wonderful thing where there's quarterbacks who would just like, bang, bang, I could just go both and be really happy and just pick from the scraps, and I think I will. I'm going to take a same-game multi because this is... It's just 100%.
Hang on, we going, Brad?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
no, it's Matty.
I know, sorry, I lost count. It's all good.
Do you like a same-game multi?
I love it.
I'm taking 2 quarterbacks in the same game.
Careful with all that speak, Matty. We'll get you hooked.
He's got Daniels and Mayfield.
You know,
Who you going?
Taylor's 100% right. Do you want to announce that again?
Daniels and Mayfield.
So I'm going to take him in that order just so Daniels is a first-round pick. And why I like this, I think Baker wins the game and passes his way to do it. What I think happens here, and this is the NFL analysis spilling into fantasy, is that Daniels will keep him close enough, but the reason he keeps him close enough is because he is 85% of their offense. And I don't care if they win or lose. I actually think Commanders are not a very good team, and they've just happened their way into it where they're playing this Week 19 game that they don't deserve to be in. But Daniels is 95% of what they do. So I kind of get a free double position guy, running back, passer. But, I mean, Ian, do I have to sell you on taking Baker? No. Baker's great.
I probably would have picked him up if he was there when it got right back around, to be honest.
He was never going to be there. Okay, so that's my 2 picks, Daniels, Baker, and we put Taylor back on the clock because Manjot decided that's where Taylor should go.
So I played the game right, but I almost played it too right to a point where I thought you were going to take one of the guys I was looking at, and you didn't. Yeah. So I now have the exact same conundrum that I had before. I went quarterback because I figured that you weren't going to take both wide receivers that I was looking at behind me, but you didn't take either. So where I need to actually make a decision on what I'm going to do there. I'll be honest, I kind of, in a way, just wish I'd actually just taken both of them and gone a sweep away from the quarterback and SuperFlex. I would say Justin Jefferson.
No, I think you picked wrong.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I had someone else that I'd already talked up. I'm not going to.
Yeah, I know.
It's just that I'm kind of like hedging in the way because I'm like, I'm already going to get enough out of that other guy. So, but this Jefferson was number one on my list, so it's hard to go away from me.
Yeah, I think they're both in the same game. So,
yeah.
Okay, so Tay's got Hurts, Jefferson. Matty C's got Daniels, Baker. It puts Manjot on the clock. You got Derrick Henry. Where are you going, brother?
Yeah, very interesting. And I also had. This is probably how I expected the draft to go, so I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, no, I did. I wanted one of Daniels or Baker, but I knew you guys would just get onto it. I was hoping Jefferson would fall to me, but he didn't, so I'm going to go Puka.
Yeah, I think that's the right call. I think Taylor got it wrong.
Yeah. I just thought Puka was there. I knew the decision was between Jefferson and Puka for Taylor, and I had to go with Puka.
Yeah. If either Daniels or Baker wasn't there, I was taking Puka. And I think Taylor picked wrong. So,
should we I want to water bet Jefferson against Puka just because you said that, but then but it doesn't really make any sense considering I've already talked up Puka in our best bet. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll just let it.
But that's his best bet. Fantasy points is not the same.
Yeah, it kind of is because I just think he's going to have a shitload of receptions. But I think Jefferson's a chance of a touchdown.
So hang on, okay, let me drill you down on this. How many fantasy points do you think they're each going to get?
Ooh, ding, ding, ding.
Puka will have 18 and Jefferson will have 23.
I'll take Puka having more than Jefferson.
I'm not bored of it because it doesn't make any sense because I think Puka's going to have a massive game.
You just told me.
I know I did.
Oh, my God. All right.
Okay, he's a pussy, by the way, if everyone wants to know. Taylor's a big pussy. Okay.
We'll find something else.
I tried my best, guys.
We do have to get some. We have to get some water bets out of this episode. Somewhere.
Yeah, I know. Believe me, we'll find someone else.
It's coming. I'm going after this motherfucker. Nicholas has been the picture of patience there. He's only sitting on Saquon fucking Barkley. You've seen that Manjot's got only Derrick Henry and Puka Nacua. He's brushed quarterback. Taylor and I each have a quarterback. In fact, I have two. Where are you going, mate?
I'm actually going to go. I'm going to stick with receiver. I'm going to go with a guy who's going to get a bunch of targets in this game. They will need to pass the ball around because I don't think their run game will be as strong against this Chargers defense. I'm going to go with Nico Collins.
No, you dog!
Oh, my boy Nico!
Son of a gun.
Wow.
That's who I was going to take.
Derrick Henry and Puka Nacua for Manjot, and then straight after it, also brushing quarterback Saquon and Nico Collins. That's the ninth pick and Nico Collins. Nice one, young Nick. Brad, who's only been playing. When did you start playing fantasy, Brad?
Yeah, do it.
Do it.
Before the majority of you guys were born. So
yeah, okay.
88, 89.
Bing.
Hang on, hold on. Manjot's the only young one here.
All right, fair enough.
No, we've established there is another
young
youngin.
bloke.
All right, where are we at? Who are we at?
All right.
We've got my mate Brad. I've got the star on my shoulder here. Come on, Brad. Let's go. You've got only Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Where you going?
Wait, Brad, can you tell us more about Josh Allen? Never heard of him.
Why
do you like him in fantasy?
No. Can you tell me more about gin and tonic?
I can tell you how it feels in the belly.
Oh, gosh.
He actually can't tell you anything because he's had 27 of them.
I'm going to take Mike Evans.
Yes, I was surprised that's when Nick didn't go, to be honest.
Yeah, I was expecting Nick to take Mike Evans.
Only because of how much shit everyone talked about him scoring a touchdown earlier.
I love Mike Evans.
Yeah, I was debating Mike Evans and Puka, but I went Puka just for targets.
Yeah. I had to make peace with God that if I took 2 quarterbacks, he was never coming back.
Are you saying my best bet was amazing, Manjot? That's what it sounds like.
It sounds like.
Yeah. But, yeah, I love your best bets, you know? I'm following them, Taylor. I'm going to put like $5 on it.
Oh, hang on.
Jesus Christ. So Ian's on the clock. He's got Lamar Jackson. Let me tell you the players who are gone. Josh Allen and Mike Evans. Saquon and Nico Collins. Derrick Henry and Puka. Jalen Hurts and Jefferson. Jalen Daniels and Baker Mayfield. That leaves a plethora of people for Ian to look at, including no one's taken tight end.
No, Ian's going top.
Hawk Watch!
Who says it was going to be Hawk? I mean,
me.
Taylor's boy Calcaterra's out there as well this week.
Oh, hang on. Don't fucking steal him off. He was going to be my SuperFlex.
And then there's
Smokey.
Then there's Taylor's other boy, Kate Otten. So let's just Taylor
Smokey.
Can
you stop taking my SuperFlexes?
Matty, Taylor bangs on about the fact that tight ends are bucket of assholes all year, yet Calcaterra, Kate Otten, Zach Ertz, they're his boys. There's so many of them he's named this year.
And where were all those guys drafted?
Yeah, well, yes.
Colby Parkinson. Come on.
You're making my point for me.
Yeah, that's right.
What's his face? Mart? What's his 2 T's? That guy?
What?
How good's everyone that drafted Cole Pitts going?
Yeah. I got two picks to make here, and one position is a bit more obvious, and the other one I've been debating whether to go tight end, to be honest.
I can't wait.
Just because no one has. I think I will go with the first one. I'm going to take Bucky Irving.
Oh, yes. I love it.
Love it.
That was the easier one for me. The second one was a big toss-up if I try and leave a wide receiver out there, but I think the guys that I really like aren't coming back around, and I think I'd rather choose from the bucket of arseholes once I get back there. And I really need to get a wide receiver locked in.
Love
so it is choosing from 3 of these sort of guys.
Great dudes.
Aren't going to do. Guys that could do a lot, but guys that couldn't do a lot at the same time.
A lot of dudage.
A lot of dudes. Apparently, once I get past midnight, everything's dude. Hey, dude, don't call me dude.
I don't know that song. I'm old enough.
I am going to go Lad McConkey.
Oh, my boy. Special shout out, Lad McConkey.
Whoosh. I'm going to go Lad. He's the guy in that game. He's the guy in that team. So that's where it's going.
5th wide receiver for those who are playing Aussie NFL Fantasy Bingo.
I'm also not happy for a certain reason, and I might bring it up when I'm on the clock.
Yeah. I'll do a quick recap here. So Ian has now started the 3rd round. Ding, ding, ring the bell. It's Lamar Jackson and Bucky Irving, and then on the turn back into the 3rd round, Lad McConkey. We're kicking to Brad now, who's got Josh Allen and Mike Evans. Jesus Christ. That's not a bad start, mate. What are you doing in your 3rd round?
This is a tough one.
Do what's right, Brad.
There's 8 picks before you come back as well. This is what's tricky now.
Yeah, no, you tell me about it. So I am. It's boom or bust, but I got to do it. Positional scarcity, considering how many picks are in between me and my next one. Joe Mixon.
Oh, nice.
Can I ask?
That's the 4th running back taken. It's been Saquon, Henry, Irving, Mixon in that order.
Can I ask, Nick, have you taken a wide receiver?
Yeah, Nico Collins.
Saquon and Nico Collins. He's on the clock now, too. With a quarterback, a tight end, and a super flex still up for grabs.
It's tough to go because no one's taken the tight end.
Yeah.
We're
We're holding out because there's about 5, and I think we're all going, fuck it. Let's just see what happens.
There is 5, actually.
These guys are all ass clowns.
So one's going to be the 6th tight end. We're all going to rag on them. Then they'll be number 1 tight end on the week.
Yeah, fucking you what?
No, it'll be someone on the waivers.
Oh, do we get waivers?
All right. I am going to go with, and I think this is going to be because they will dominate the second half, so they'll have a lot of yards on the ground. I'm going to take another running back and go with James Cook.
Oh my God.
Oh, boy.
Damn it.
Nice.
I was thinking of him.
SuperFlex the running back?
That's right.
All right.
Nick has now got Saquon Barkley, Nico Collins, and then his super flex is James Cook. So he's now locked in having to get a quarterback at a tight end in his next 2 rounds. But he has super flexed James Cook and taken that away from Tay. And you and I don't have a running back at all. And, mate, I've got to tell you, I had him circled.
There's still 2 pretty good ones out there, though.
He was 3rd on my list.
Manjot could screw both of you here and take one of the last 2 good running backs.
He could, and he's on the clock. Manjot, who's got only Derrick Henry and Puka Nacua, the 2nd running back on the year. And I think points per game, Puka Nacua is up there.
Yeah, well, I think about screwing you guys. It's just the problem is, I know if I screw you guys, then I know Taylor, he can take a quarterback still.
Yeah,
and in super flex. So
I feel like you get about the same. I feel like you get about the same out of all these quarterbacks that are left, though.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe there's some guys with some ceiling.
Slim pickings, you could say. Yeah, it's a very interesting sort of list at the moment. So just looking at it, it's just
play the game, Manjot. Screw them up. I
have a player I hope you take because I really don't want to have to think about it.
Yeah, and I did this to Taylor on my flip where I just took 2 guys who's like, you didn't help me.
No, it's a complete different reason, and I'll explain it.
Yeah, totally. But I get what you mean. Is like sometimes you hope the player before you helps you make your decision.
Yeah,
I think we should all be trying to get in ahead of Matty C here because he's been on
but believe me, what I'm doing is nothing but being in Matty C's head.
Matty has been on an absolute heater this season, so we need to
most try to Ian, by the way, whose week 14 and 15 teams were just like erections on heap.
Yeah, was that
15, 16? Sorry,
was that truck stop pill kind of erections? That's ones.
Yeah, 14, 15. 150 points, mate. It would have taken me 3rd week.
Yeah, this is real weird. I feel like I can't really take a risk at the moment. I think I'm going to go quarterback. I'm going to go with Sam Darnold.
Oh.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. Darnold Duck, Derrick Henry, all purple, and then Puka Nacua, oddly not in purple. But there you go. That's the Manjot team so far. And it puts Taylor on the clock, who's only got Jalen Hurts and Justin Jefferson, a low-powered team. No, that's some power. Where are you going, Tay? You've got a running back, a tight end, and a super flex to fill. The only super flex filled so far are me with Baker Mayfield and Nick Cosme with James Cook, the captain.
I'm considering a risk mix blocking Matty C because
blocking me.
I in a way, I just feel like we've almost handed him a position and given him a quarterback. And it kind of fits too well because of the way that I've picked my team.
Well, your team sucks, by the way.
And I'm just trying to work out whether I believe that a quarterback that's still on the list would definitely outscore this person that I'm looking at. But it's all.
What do you think about it? Ian, does Taylor's team suck?
Does Taylor's team suck? I don't know.
I am not taking a quarterback for my Superflex. I'm going AJ Brown.
Yeah. I was tossing between AJ Brown and Sam Darnold, but I was just too worried.
They were both wrong choices then, Manjot.
It's a mix between. I feel like we were almost handing Matty C AJ Brown, which was my realistic wide receiver, and I have Jalen Hurts, so I've got the stack. So I just
he was
feel
next
like
on my wide receiver list, by the way.
sorry.
He was next on my wide receiver list.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like there were some guys.
Because you know me.
There were guys lower that I feel like were picked, and I'm like, I feel like Matty C's just walking into AJ Brown as a first wide receiver, and I went, I've got Hurts. I know I would normally like to go a super flex of a quarterback, but I'm going to that stack, and I'm going to take AJ.
Thanks for doing that, Tay, because it made it so hard for me because there's only incredible players left. But yeah, you're right. Like AJ Brown is 100%. He was one of my 2 picks, right? Because I've got a double pick here. And I mean, does it make my decision here harder? No.
I already know you first, but I feel like you were taking AJ Brown. What are your picks?
Yeah, of course. And I'm in the position here where there's so many running backs left. It wouldn't surprise anyone if I took Kyron Williams as my running back, and I think Taylor's going to go and roll his eyes. And I think it's the right choice because I don't know that the other running backs left have the opportunity the way that Kyron does. So I'm going to go and take him as my running back. And what I like about the wide receiver position is there's so many guys. So I'm just going to punt that and go and take Mark Andrews and kick off the tight ends.
Wow. Okay.
So I've got Jaden Daniels, Kyron Williams, Mark Andrews, Baker Mayfield. I've got one left to pick, and I get to pick first in the last round, by the way. Taylor's team is Jalen Hurts, Justin Jefferson. Stack Jalen Hurts with AJ Brown. Brendan McNeely, stack that bitch up right there. So you've got a running back and a tight end. You have to take one or the other, Tay.
Yeah, I talked about that I didn't like this guy's matchup, but I just think he's a clear rung above the rest of the running backs. So I'm going to take Josh Jacobs.
Yeah.
That's who Manjot
He was my next guy.
Okay.
So every team's got a running back, and some have 2. So it's that if you start from first running back taken, it's Saquon and Derrick Henry. Then you go back to Bucky Irving, Joe Mixon, Kyron Williams, Josh Jacobs. That's the running backs that are taken in running back spots. But partway along the way, James Cook has found himself in a super flex because Nick Cosme is not playing. By super flex, you have to take 2 quarterbacks rules. So how you play it in South Australia, mate? That wasn't a convict settlement. It was free settlers. They think differently. They don't say chance, they say chance.
Who says
I have a
chance?
quick story. I have a quick story about that. About South Australian accents here, Matty. Now you remember.
Do it, Manjot. Do it.
By the way, while we're here, Palmy. That's how you say it. I'll take all of his on.
All right. So our teacher, year 4, my year 4 teacher, right? She came from South Australia. She couldn't pronounce Manjot. She told me Marjot for like the
Manjot.
Yeah, there you go. So
there's an advantage.
Your South Australians are a little weird there. I gotta say.
They do like to kill people.
Who else is on your dance card?
It's a state full of murderers. So, all right, where are we at, Matty? Where are we at?
I am no settler. We're not part of the English, mate. That's the thing.
Oh my god, it didn't even good. So we're back with Manjot because Tay has got Hurts, Jacobs, Jefferson, AJ Brown's in his super flex. Manjot's team so far, it's Sam Darnold, Derrick Henry, and then a weird diversion from purple to Puka Nacua. So are you going back to purple, Manjot? You've got a tight end and a super flex to fill.
Tight end and super flex. Yeah. Gosh, it's a tough spot. So tight end, super flex. So I've left myself with a lot of flexibility, and I feel like I'm going to use that flexibility now.
Super flexibility.
Yeah, super flexibility. Yeah, exactly. Oh goodness, there are a few guys I've been thinking of just all across the board. I think I've been really looking at wide receiver in my super flex. That was my plan the whole time. Go take my wide receiver now, and I reckon I'm gonna go with Scary Terry.
Yes, he was next on my list.
Yeah, same.
I thought it was just too good to be true. to just pass on Scary Terry. I knew he'd be like, it'd be a bit rough waters. I think one of the boys behind me would have taken him.
And now I know exactly who Matty's taking if he's wide receiver.
Yeah, I did not want Matty to stack that up either. That was a scare of mine.
We are this deep. Has no quarterback. Also has no tight end. The only tight end gone is Mark Andrews. So maybe he's positioned himself well to still get a second best tight end and then come back and take a middling quarterback and be fine if that guy has a high ceiling. Maybe Nick might be onto something here. What are you doing, mate?
I've tossed and turned between this. I think maybe it is time to go in the tight end direction.
I love this bravery, by the way. It's a super flex and you're like, 5th round is my quarterback. Oh my god,
it's a quarterback. I wrote it off early because a lot of
you either go early or late, Matty.
Taken off. So, all right. So at tight end, I'm actually going to go with Zach Ertz.
Paul Zach Ertz.
Actually going to go with Zach Ertz.
Holy shit.
I think the Commanders are playing a lot of catch up this week. So apart from Scary Terry, I think he's going to get a lot of looks this week.
Oh my god. He was number 3 on my list.
Yeah, 3rd. Which means to me, there's somebody who's got a missing in the jump here. But, mate, and you can't argue with Zach Ertz's target share when the Commanders need to catch up, but it's a savvy pick. And it means that you're going into the 5th round without a quarterback in a super flex, but your team is Saquon, Nico Collins, Zach Ertz, James Cook. And I think if you just took 4 guys without a quarterback, that's a pretty bang bulletproof 4.
Quarterback can eat our asses, Nick.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
We're back with Brad. Mate, quick refresher. You've got Josh Allen, Joe Mixon, Mike Evans. You have a tight end and a super flex to fill. And, mate, there are quarterbacks all over the place. There are wide receivers all over the place. There's tight ends. I mean, the world's your oyster.
And can you also talk us through the Josh Allen pick? I really need to know about it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Matty, who was your 4th person that you took? You got Daniels, Baker, Andrews, and
Kyron Williams.
Who took Puka, sorry?
MANJOT as his wide receiver. He took Derrick Henry and Puka Nacua in that order.
All right. Well, that means I am going to go a guy who I don't think is going to come back around to me. So, and I do think he's going to have a good game because of the opponent's weakness. I'm going TJ Hawkinson.
I knew you would do that because I think it is savvy. He was, to me, the second tight end, and I think there is a matchup weakness there. And you've got your quarterback, so it gives you ultimate flexibility with your last pick.
It does indeed.
Ian gets to come back with a tight end and a super flex in his basket. He's got Lamar Jackson, Bucky Irving, Lad McConkey, who's one of my top 3 favorite names in the NFL at the moment. What are you doing, Ian?
I feel confident leaving Superflex until the last pick. So I can pick from everybody that is left. So I'm going to go tight end, and it's going to be Dallas Goedert.
Whoa. Everybody else have Dallas Goedert on their dance card?
Nope.
I think this is a bit of an out there play. You know, I like that you're reaching somewhere that you're confident.
Back last week against the Giants for a reason.
I also couldn't. I don't know if I was going super fucking Eagles stack with AJ Brown.
Yeah. But they held him out. They held him out to the very, very end of his return period from injury, and brought him back just for that game and played a lot of Dallas Goedert in that game. And he got 55 yards, which is about average for Dallas Goedert anyway. But I think that was for a reason.
Kenny Pickett gave him that. It's an interesting world, right? Because the quarterback he got it from.
Well, he's got more yards. He's got more yards from
baby.
He's got more yards from Jalen Hurts this year. I mean, Jalen Hurts, he got 170 yards from Jalen Hurts against the Saints. So what do you want?
Who was missing in that game?
It doesn't matter who was missing.
Okay.
No. Your argument was that Kenny Pickett gave it to him, not that who was missing in the game, Matty.
Oh, okay. So if Jalen had said everybody, Dallas got it, 170 yards. Let's write that down. Can I what about you? 170.
I didn't
let's go
say
165 and a half or over under.
That's nice of you, Matty, to give him 5 and 4.
Yeah. Okay. Ian's team is Lamar Jackson, Bucky Irving, Lad McConkey, Dallas Goddard for 170 yards. You know what happens in the 5th round, guys? Matty C's back, and I'm taking a wide receiver, and there's 760 wide receivers left, so I left it till last. And Tay, who am I picking?
Cortland Sutton.
It better be. It better be.
Sutton.
Is it Cortland Sutton?
Ring the fucking bell.
Oh, we all knew it was going to be Cortland Sutton.
Ding.
So Taylor knows I'm married to Cortland Sutton. Courtney Ward and I will ride this prick into the sunset. I don't know. Does anyone else feel like this is like the big sleeper? I feel like Cortland Sutton's up for 100 in TD. Does anyone else kind of feel like is there a reason why I shouldn't love this guy?
I brought it up in my preview of the thing. I think he's the best receiver in the game in this game. So yeah.
I agree with that.
I love that no one else would pick Cortland Sutton high. Matty won't even pick Cortland Sutton high. But if he's still there as like the last pick, he will always take Cortland Sutton. It happens every time. You won't go like, oh, I'm going to choose him as my first wide receiver. But if we
Why
have a
would I?
Superflex-
He is my first wide receiver, and you pricks just walk past him.
Just so
Shame
good.
on you all.
Every time. It's always, if he's still there on Matty's last pick, it's always going to be Cortland Sutton.
Fucking 1,000,000%. Taylor's
All right.
team is Hurts, Jacobs, Jefferson, tight end to be named later, AJ Brown. Time to name your tight end. Taylor, that's a lot of T's in one sentence.
I'm taking
Go.
a player in the best matchup for tight end, and he had an amazing game in week 18. I'm taking Paddy Fryermuth.
Oh, goddammit.
The Ravens 21st against tight end. He was easily the best receiver in the game for Pittsburgh in week 18. So
I think he's going to be the only receiver for Pittsburgh in this game.
Higgins is absolutely dead, and I think they're going to be passing a lot in this game, and they're going to have to. So, yep.
Yeah,
Paddy
Pickens
Fryermuth.
is out. Game over, right?
Absolutely.
But if Pickens is in, does anyone think he's playing?
I don't know if it matters. He fucking sucks. He just.
I don't think it matters.
I don't know what's
He's
going
fucking
on.
getting ejected, mate. He's gonna get like
punches
he's
someone
gonna
in the
fucking
face.
crash out and then just like
He's just gonna bitch about
He's
not
been a
getting
top
the ball.
15 wide receiver, though. That's all I'm saying.
Oh,
You can have prejudices all you like, but the numbers say he's a top 15 wide receiver.
No,
I agree with that.
general, he's good. I just don't know what is going on with him at the moment. He doesn't seem to be there all in his head. I just
Very
see-
frustrated.
He's
He's literally the next
Think of
wide
the
receiver
quarterbacks
on
he's
my
had to
chart.
play with.
And it's like, when you're talking tight end, you're just looking for any kind of edge, and it's like, okay, if Pickens gets himself fucking ruled, like fucking sent ejected in the first fucking quarter, it's like, okay, Paddy Fryermuth is the guy. It's like, okay, if Pickens is the guy and Paddy Fryermuth sucks, then who cares? It's tight end anyway. It's like
It does.
for any edge.
It seems like Pickens is emulating another wide receiver that just sort of lost his head, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Oh, did he wear 81 for a team that wears red? I was wearing that earlier.
would never
84 for a similar team.
So if he takes his shirt off in the end zone and
Yeah,
just
he's
walks
got-
off the field,
CTE ESPN.
yeah.
CTSPN, cracker of the day.
Oh, okay, all right. Whoa, whoa. Chill out now. Oh my gosh.
This guy?
All right.
all right, we're moving on, Matty.
Yeah, Manjot. Oh, wow, you're on the clock. Your team is Donald and Henry. You moved away from purple and went to Puka Nakua, and then you took the Superflex. Scary Terry McLaurin. You now have to take a tight end, and you are the last player to take a tight end. What are you doing?
Yeah, look, honestly, I don't fucking know what I'm doing with tight end. But
Yeah, I know.
yeah, I mean, like Josh Hazelwood once asked, "Who the fuck is that tight end?" But look, I'm gonna say Tucker Craft. I'm just gonna go with him. Fuck it, Tucker Craft.
Motherfucker, going Tucker. That's what I heard.
Wide receiver number 1 for the Packers.
Yeah, that's all I can really say. Like, yeah, just fuck tight end. I've said it for like the last 5 years I've been on the show. So yeah fuck it.
100%. You have said that.
And he's fair enough.
There's 3 pick Cosme. You've got Saquon Barkley, Nico Collins, Zach Ertz, James Cook. Salute the captain. Mate, you have to take quarterback now.
I'm tossing up between one of 2 players, and I think based off of how much better I think they will go in their matchup, I think they're probably going to be scoring a bit more, and they'll probably end up winning. I'm going to go with J-Lo, Jordan Love.
Ooh.
Jesus.
Ooh. Wow. That's a bad pick. All right. Sorry.
I mean, after like what his prediction was, like he was the only one the goddamn Packers. So yeah, might as well double down and lose there, Nick.
Oh, Matty, that is a drop for the ages, that one.
That's
I mean,
bad pick.
I can just see you bringing that. That's one I just drop into a podcast randomly.
Oh
along with
my
his nose.
God. What just happened? I blacked out.
Can you cut that for me and send it to me? Or?
Jesus, yeah.
Sorry.
It's Express Post, mate.
It's like one of the things that it's in your head and just Brad just says it.
I know.
Impulse has got to him.
Trust me, that's not the first time that's happened.
That's why we love Brad. Says it like it is.
And Brad's like the beneficiary here because he's like, well, I'm not fucking picking Jordan Love because I'm a Cowboys fan. So there's fucking 0% chance you've taken nothing from me. And I've got super flexibility here. So I can pick anyone I fucking want. And do you think Jordan Love is on my dance card? 0%.
All right.
God.
So I have true flexibility. And with that, for the last pick, I am going to take. It's between 2 Duck quarterbacks for me, really, personally. So, do I either take Justin Herbert or Bo Nix?
I know.
We won't talk about how the Ducks did in the college football playoff, but that's besides the point.
Oh, we've already talked about that, Brad.
Yeah.
We've already talked about that.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I am. I'm going to go with Herbert. I think it's a good
would have
matchup.
been shocked if no one picked him. He would have been my other pick.
Yeah,
If I'd gone quarterback at SuperFlex, it would have been him.
Yeah. But you didn't, and you suck. So there you go.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you boys. Sometimes I wonder how deep Taylor's list is. Like this guy's like fucking. He could have me on his list tomorrow. Like that's how many guys he has on his fucking
One
list.
receiver.
I swear, like, we could bring up someone who isn't even playing this week, and he'd be on fucking Taylor's list. Like every single pick, he'd just be saying that guy was like somewhere on the list. You know,
My list is fucking girthier than Ron Jeremy.
yeah.
It's the 8th quarterback. I listed all of them in order, and Herbert was like my 6th. So I just think Brad's got to steal.
He literally was my 6th.
Yeah, I took Baker and I took Daniels as my 4 and 5 because the ones are gone. Lamar and Allen and Hurts were gone. So I took the next 2. Herbert was my 1 after that. And I think, man, maybe I should have let one of those guys go at another position because I could have got Herbert this late. And I think Brad's fucking stolen one. He's just fucking broke into a house, picked him up, and then scarpered over the fence like it's the 90s and he's got our VCR under his arm. That's what I think's happened here.
Who is McConkey? Me. Okay.
Ian does.
That would have been a solid stack, Oregon. If you had McConkey and Herbert, Oregon, that would have been an awesome stack.
We're at the last peak. So Brad's team real quick. So Josh Allen, Joe Mixon, Mike Evans, Hawkinson finishes it with only only his doc, Justin Herbert. We've got Lamar Jackson, Bucky Irving, Lad McConkey, and Dallas Goedert in Ian's team. He can pick at any player remaining. Any player, any position. He's got his Superflex open.
You'll notice that there is no purple on my team so far, Matty.
Smart. By the way.
So there is there's not going to be. So I'm not going to do that. And I'm definitely not picking the quarterback that's going against me. So that's not happening. So I'm just going to take, since I hate my team and I'm going to come last anyway, I am going to pick a wide receiver, and I'm going to pick Khalil Shakir.
Jesus Christ.
He snuck on my list. He was literally last.
There's that list again, Manjot. There's that list.
He just fucking made the list. Last minute addition
There's that
to the
list
fucking
again.
list.
Top 100, Manjot. That's what it is.
That's the last minute addition.
I only picked 10 wide receivers, and Shakir was 10th.
I was really tossed. Like I was really early on.
14.
I was thinking about taking Addison really early on, because I think it's usually him that gets more of the target share. Jefferson these days gets like the big plays, and then Addison will do there. But if they lock down Jefferson, it'll be all Addison. I really don't want to take Stafford against it. I probably would have taken, if Darnold was still around there, probably my last pick, I probably would have got him as the super flex. But so I'll just go with a wide receiver super flex because.
A reminder too that I made a little bit of a change this year from what we did last year. If you get the person that picks the order next week is the person that gets last, not first.
Oh, good, that'll be me.
Not aiming that at anyone, Ian.
I'll start thinking of the order now, Taylor.
I love it.
Can I quickly remind everybody of the notable free agents? Okay, we all know our teams. And
Manjot, I'll just tell you my list. That'll be
Kev's scrap team. Kev's scrap team
has to pick from Bo Nix, CJ Stroud, Matt Stafford, and Russ as the 4 quarterbacks available, right? Running backs who weren't picked, Aaron Jones snuck the whole way through. No one picked him up. Other notables, J.K. Dobbins / Gus Bus, Brian Robinson plus whoever. I don't know. There's a lot beyond that.
The one of the bullet in his fucking leg.
Yeah, this is why he's a free agent, mate. If I have less bullets in my leg. Wide receivers who have avoided picking is Pickens, which is amazing because his pick is in his fucking name. Devonta Smith, Addison, Flowers, Cup, like, oh my God. QJ if you're crazy. And then weirdly, Kate Otten was probably the tight end who I thought someone might have a crack at, who made my list.
He's the only one on my list that didn't get picked.
He was up there on mine, and if I hadn't been able to get Goddard, I probably would have gone up.
All right, Kev, go hard. He is our...
Oh, Will Disley, mate. You forgot about Will Disley.
No,
Big Montana. Big Montana.
No, he's on IR. He's not come back. But that guy, like Smart with 2 T's, he's been playing all right. So keep your eye on him. Yeah, 100%. So he might make us all look not smart. The scraps team will be super interesting because Kev is the 7th player.
And he has to support the Bears.
He doesn't have to.
That's from a Titans fan.
He doesn't have to, mate. He doesn't have to. Okay, so I'm going to quickly run through these teams. We're not going to spend a heap of time on it, but let's have a look at Ian, who got the pick first. He took Lamar Jackson, Bucky Irving, Lad McConkey, Dallas Goedert. His superflex is, oh my God, it's Khalil Shakir. On the way back for Brad, it is Josh Allen, Joe Mixon, Mike Evans, only Hawkinson as a third tight end taken, and then Justin Herbert as his super flex. Nick Cosme comes in 3rd. Oh my gosh, Jordan Love is his quarterback. Is this a 49ers fan? Saquon Barkley as his running back, and then he breaks from that and goes against Nico Collins, Zach Ertz, and James Cook, the captain, as his super flex. In 4th position is Manjot. He goes and takes Sam Darnold. Derek Henry and Puka Nakua, and then Tucker Craft and Terry McLaurin is who's SuperFlex. Taylor Goodall picks 5th, gets Jalen Hurts, Josh Jacobs, Justin Jefferson. How many J's? Holy shit. Pat Frymuth. A J Brown. Fuck, it's J Central. What a good team. And then Matty C with the assholes over here with Jaden Daniels, Kyron Williams, Cortland Sutton. Oh, my God. Mark Andrews and Baker Mayfield. That is our starts of the week, ladies and gentlemen. Ring the bell. You can find everything we do at Linktree/Aussie Gridiron Network. If you have not joined the playoff tipping competition, oh my God, there is like $70 of shit free. If you could just out tip us clowns, go and find it. It's right there, Linktree/Aussie Gridiron Network. It is the first thing on the page. You know what's next on the page? Our merch store. Go and check that out. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Oh my God, Joshy Vegas and Taylor Goodall came up with spit roasting T. Higgins this week. That shirt, you get it, just T. Higgins on the spit roast. No context. It is there in the merch store. Holy shit. Third thing on the page is Pastry Press NFL. Manjot, tell us why people need to go there.
Hey, you're gonna say there's something. I just need to put a PSA out there like I did at the start of the first episode. You know, you can find every podcast out there, every one of our YouTube shorts out there on the YouTube channel. You know, it's basically that YouTube channel. If the link tree is the mothership, it's the Death Star, because we've got fucking everything on that shit. Like, you can find all our YouTube. Yeah, you can find all our short form content, all our podcasts. It's literally just the home of everything. You boys got to run it up. Get us in there, get us to the 1,000 subscribers hopefully soon and everything. So there we go, big goals for this year. So
put the playlist on and just let it play. Just let it play.
Yeah, let that playlist play like I do every single week, because I love listening to them podcasts as well on every platform.
Just put it on and let it play.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. And also joining us, okay, so oh my goodness, well, I'll leave until last. Taylor, fucking whatever. But Brad, thank you so much for joining us. I'm in Cowboys colours. Let's go. Thank you so much for everything you contribute to the entire Aussie Gridiron Network, from a coaching perspective, from a NFL perspective, but also from a coaching and X's and O's perspective. You are second to none. It is so great to have you on the network.
Oh, thanks. I really appreciate kind words, and you know, I just want to recap my team again.
Do it.
If he cut me, I was going to say the exact same thing.
We haven't got the explanation for Josh Allen yet. Come on.
Yes, exactly.
Nick's not in on it.
Sorry, Josh who?
Yeah. No, I appreciate it.
In-depth description of why Josh Allen's a great pick.
Oh my gosh.
At 102, by the way, as well. You know, you didn't have to range. He was just
well done, though, Matty.
Absolutely.
Well done, though.
Thank you. Thanks, you guys. Great job.
That was like a horny man reaching around his girlfriend at a fucking cinema.
Jesus Christ.
Whoa.
I think we've
And
gone
what a
off
way
the
to
rails.
throw to the guy who protects the entire of our island. Offensive lineman of the year, Nick Cosme, from our mates at the SA Uni Hogs. Mate, thank you so much for everything you've brought to G'day Gridiron through the year. And holy shit, here you are, only on a fantasy podcast for the second time this season. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I know. Again, I don't know how my knowledge of fantasy gets onto a show like this. I get to say my expertise. I don't know how, but anyway, here we are. Very little of, but anyway.
Mate, you didn't have a bad week the week you came on, and mate, you came out pre-season and just hit it out of the fucking park. So, mate, do not discount your fantasy knowledge. Taylor Goodall, we can discount his. He came last and starts of the week this year. Mate, you should be ashamed. Bury your head, mate. Whatever.
Look, this show was aptly named Fantasy because it's only in your guys' fantasy that you guys are going to beat me in this. So good luck.
I don't know. I've said scoreboard, mate.
I love it.
Yeah, thank you for that. By the way,
you're the Wallabies of starts of the week. Well done.
He didn't win. No, you didn't win. How funny. Okay, we're going to get out of here. You can find everything we do on linktree/Aussie Gridiron Network. You can find all these things in order, the way you post them. But then below that, mate, however you like to listen to podcasts, I don't care. Is it Apple? Is it Spotify? Is it iHeartRadio? Who gives a shit? You can find us. Just punch in Aussie Gridiron Network. We're there. You'll find G'day Gridiron. You'll find us at the Aussie NFL Fantasy Show, Taylor and I. You'll find Manjot. Everything he does that turns up in podcast form will be there. But if you are not just restricted to podcasts, you can go and find it on YouTube at Pastry Press NFL. Thank you so much, guys. All the best with everything we just picked in fantasy for the first week of the playoffs. I'm super pumped about how we go with the NFL analysis, and we'll be back for that next week as well in week 20, I guess. Fellas, I'm going to sign off with my usual hooroo, but go around the room. Sign off how you like. Taylor, you're next.
Can you recap the teams, please, Matty?
I hate you. Ian, you're next.
Can I get a recap, Matty?
Piss off. Manjot.
Look, Matty,
Go for
I
that,
asked for a
Rick. You're
recap.
I see what's happening.
But look, Matty, I'm asking for a recap also.
You're fucked. Hey, Nick, you weren't here last year. You going to hurt me?
Oh, another recap. Come on.
Oh, your shit. Hey, Brad, you and I'm in a Cowboys jersey. You can't hurt me.
Maddie, I love you, but I need a recap. Thank you very much.
You guys are so shit. I love you all. We'll see you next week on this is the AGN Playoff Series, and you'll see Ian and the bunch next week. You'll see me and the bunch next week. Hooroo.
Hooroo.
Thank you, everyone.
Aussie Gridiron, pride unchained. Hear the thunder, feel the flame. Touchdowns and tackles, ain't no shame in the Aussie Gridiron.